Have you ever wondered what the world looks like through the eyes of someone who doesn't believe in God? What if everything you thought needed divine explanation actually didn't? In part one, we explored why billions believe God exists. Today, we're flipping the script, diving into 5 powerful arguments from 5 secular thinkers who challenge the idea of God entirely. Not to debate, but to understand. Let's explore another side of the story. Welcome back to the channel, and this is where we dive deep into the biggest questions about life, belief, and everything in between. Today is part 2 of our series. We're looking at 5 reasons from some of the most influential non-believers why they argue God does not exist. Again, this isn't about attacking faith. It's about understanding perspective and sharpening our own critical thinking. Reason number 1, Bertrand Russell. Lack of evidence. Bertrand Russell, one of the most influential philosophers of the 20th century, didn't see belief in God as necessary. He famously said, "The universe is just there and that's all." His argument? Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And so far, he believed that evidence is missing. To illustrate his point, Russell introduced a thought experiment. Imagine there's a tiny teapot orbiting the sun between Earth and Mars. You can't see it, you can't disprove it. But should anyone be expected to believe in it without proof? For Russell, belief in God falls into the same category. The burden of proof lies with the person making the claim. No proof, no belief. Reason number 2, Richard Dawkins. Allied Science explains what religion once did. Richard Dawkins, evolutionary biologist and author of The God Delusion, argues that science has gradually replaced the role religion once played. Where people once looked to gods to explain thunder, illness, or the stars, science now offers answers rooted in evidence. Evolution, biology, physics. Dawkins says, why invent a supernatural explanation when natural ones do the job? For him, invoking God is like using a placeholder for I don't know. But with every discovery, that placeholder gets smaller. In other words, as knowledge grows, the need for God shrinks. Reason number 3, humanist thinkers. Morality doesn't require God. Is God the only source of morality? Humanist thinkers say no. They argue that morality isn't dictated from above. It emerges from empathy, reason, and social cooperation. For example, you don't need a commandment to know that helping someone in need is good or that harming others is wrong. Studies show even young children, before they understand religion, display a sense of fairness and compassion. And across different cultures, religious or not, people tend to agree
on core moral values. This suggests that ethics may be a human construct, not a divine one. Now continue with AI. Just the AI forgot to add this point, so I added manually. Stupid AI.
Before we move on to number 4, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button for a cupcake. Reason number 4, ex-religious atheists. Contradictions and the problem of suffering. For many former believers, the journey away from faith began with hard questions. Questions about suffering, injustice, and contradictions in holy texts. If God is all-knowing, all-powerful, and all-loving, why do innocent children die in wars? Why do natural disasters kill thousands? These aren't new questions, but for some, they became unanswerable within their religious framework. Others struggled with conflicting teachings or moral issues in Scripture that didn't align with their conscience. For these individuals, walking away wasn't easy. It was painful, but to them, it was also honest. Reason number 5, existential thinkers. We create our own meaning. Existential philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus didn't sugarcoat reality. Life can be absurd, they said. It doesn't come with pre-written meaning. But that's not depressing. It's liberating. Without divine blueprints, we are free to write our own. Camus wrote about the myth of Sisyphus, a man condemned to roll a boulder uphill forever, only to watch it roll back down. Absurd? Yes. But still, Camus said, we must imagine Sisyphus happy. Why? Because he finds purpose in the struggle itself. These thinkers believe we don't need God to live meaningful, moral, fulfilling lives. We just need the courage to define meaning for ourselves. So, what do you think? Today we heard 5 thoughtful arguments from 5 secular thinkers. Whether or not you agree, these ideas challenge us to think deeper about what we believe and why. Part 1 showed us the case for God. Part 2 showed us the case against. The real goal here? Not to prove, not to preach, But to provoke thought, let's talk in the comments. Which argument stood out to you the most? You rethinking anything? And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, go check it out, because understanding both sides makes us smarter, not weaker. Finally, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you believe respectful conversations matter. This channel is all about curiosity, compassion, and critical thinking. Stick around. We've got more powerful topics coming your way soon. Peace out.